Boys, I'm going to be modeling the type of thinking work you're going to be doing on the next 4 slides. You're going to be given a slide that looks just like this. I'm going to be asking you to find the topic of the paragraph as well as the key idea. Another word for key idea, or maybe a quick definition for the key idea, is simply what is the paragraph about? What's the story? What happens? Maybe that's even better. What happens in the paragraph? That's our key idea. Remember, we're trying to figure out how paragraphs 1 through 5 help us, why they're included, why the author decided to include them in this chapter. We're going to figure that out by asking ourselves, if we took these paragraphs out, would our understanding of paragraph 7, the last paragraph on page 9, would it change? So the first thing we need to do is figure out, what are paragraphs 1 through 5 about? And maybe do they have something in common? So let's start with paragraph 1. Again, this can be found on page 8 of your books. Here we go. Over the years, a few black riders stood up to the drivers. In 1946, Geneva Johnson was arrested for talking back to a driver and not having the correct change. Charged with disorderly conduct, she paid a fine and her case was dismissed. A few years later, Viola White and Katie Wingfield were arrested for sitting in seats reserved for whites. They also pleaded guilty and paid fines. So first thing I'm going to do is write down my topic. So first, when you have a text box, you need to adjust it and drag it down to where you want it. Who or what is the paragraph about? I know, based on looking at that paragraph, that it's about Geneva Johnson, Viola White, and Katie Wingfield. Now, what is my key idea or my main idea? What happens in this paragraph? I already have something ready to go, so I'm just going to paste it right here. These black riders disobeyed the city bus segregation rules and were arrested. So both, or all three, Geneva Johnson, Viola White, and Katie Wingfield, disobeyed the city bus segregation rules and were arrested. They also all paid the fines. So they disagreed, they wanted to argue, but in the end, they decided, you know what, we're just going to pay the fine, plead guilty, and move on. So I noticed this is my topic. Here's my main idea. You will be doing the same thinking work on the next 4 slides. So the next 4 paragraphs, you will be asking yourself, what is the topic and what happens in this paragraph?